checking to see about this tack, given that those aren't actually connected. So see what we get. Oh yeah, look at that tack. Alright, so I am finalizing my harness here. This is for the crank sensor that I had to rewire because this is a 1999 engine with a 2000 harness, and the engine computer is a 99. Then we also still need the board to accept the crank signal, but this has to convert it to a proper signal, so we have the tack working properly. So that is my little harness wrapped up, and I'm going to finalize it so we can pretty up or beautify the under the hood. When you open the hood, you don't see a million wires looking like spaghetti running everywhere. On the swap helper, it's back there. I need to get like a bracket or something, but that's I think that's where it's gonna sit. I just need to connect these orange and blue wire for the sensor, and then I've started to run my intake air that's gonna sit into the piping that'll be there, and I got the map sensor connected. I'm gonna have to leave this here because these holes, they don't actually line up, and then I have to start cutting the aluminum to make it fit. So we're stuck with that way for now, or maybe I could use the original, chop the original, put a hole in it for that, and then weld it all back together. So I don't know, we'll see how that goes. So anyway, finished the wiring to connect the sensors back to the computer. As you see here, we don't have as much wiring all over the place anymore because we're slowly buttoning everything up. This is a program wire for the swap helper. I got to put on here programming wire only. Do not connect this to ground. This is just for positive once you're done programming the swap helper. And this is just a tester for now. So this is the 6-4 relay for the glow plugs, but I'm using them to power up the grid heater. Now where I'm located, probably don't even need it, but I like to have the circuits, if it's there, put it in, and if they don't need it, well, they don't need it. If they do need it one day, it's there. And I put it on the bolt that holds the exhaust manifold. So we'll see how that goes. It's kind of like a test position. I'm probably not going to finalize that one as far as wrapping it and putting it in loom. Let's see how that runs. But as you can see here, the rest of the wires are slowly going away, and of course back there too, I'm going to loom it up, tape it up, loom it up. So I'm just trying to see where everything is going to land at this moment, but almost complete. Still working on the idea if I'm keeping, well, I have to keep this one. This is the fuel temperature sensor, but there's some other sensors like the pyro temperature sensor, and that goes into the exhaust, or would go into the exhaust originally. Left the wire there in case somebody in the future figure out a way they want to connect the 6-4 computer with some kind of gauge to read those. So those wires are still there, but pretty much I am nearly done. Take another day to wrap it. All the wires are pretty much ready to be loomed up, and the cam and the cranks are in. Go into the swap helper here. You gotta put the loom on those. Put the loom on the grid heater. Cover that with loom and just finalize, pretty much just finalize loom, and then pretty much probably take out what we're not going to use or wrap up what we're not going to use. But there you go. That's pretty much what it will look like. And here we are with the loom on everything. Maybe I should zip tie that to the back. Okay, ready for a new owner. Oh, there's that key lock again. Just hooked up the swap helper, so we're gonna see what works, what doesn't. There we go. It's gonna be a quick crank and shut down. And the tack is not working. Do another pin out because I know I got the power and the ground checked. I mean, I've checked those like 100 times. So I said, you know, let's check the CAN bus wires. So I'm checking the CAN bus wires, and then I find one over here corroded off. So I pulled it and then I chopped it back. Let me see if I get some light so you guys can see. So I chopped it, and I'm gonna reconnect that, and I bet that's the problem the whole freaking time. The main wires that people always talk about check, which is the two wires off of the harness. It's a white and a blue. One's a white, one's all white, that's that one there, and then one's white and blue. You gotta twist them together or do what I just did. Now I had all this nice and neat and wrapped up nice, and this stupid thing, I end up having to rip out my nice wrap to find it. So keep an eye out for that problem. All right, let's try it. I've already tried it. Yep, let's try it. Put the key in. All right, we've got the what was that called? That was the glow plug light, and we get the park light. This thing should start on its own. Now I have the rag in the intake, so I'm not gonna do that. I need to go and pull it first. So let's pull it first and then come back and try to start it. All right, we're gonna try it again, and we're gonna hope these gauges work. Let me see if I can get some all right, let's try it. And that was no start. All right, take two. Let's try this again. I just did a bunch of correction under the hood. All right, so we got our glow plug, we got our park symbol. Should crank and start. Oh yeah, it'll start from the key. And look at that, the gauges are twinkling. Awesome. All right, the batteries are dead. I need to charge the battery. All right, let's try this again. Got the battery charger on there, and we're checking to see about this tack, given that those aren't actually connected. So, see what we get. Oh yeah, look at that tack. Look at that tack work. That is beautiful. That is a nice number. All right, I think that is good enough.
It works! It works!